Okay, class, if you remember now, actually we're in the Prajna Paramita. In the sixth pyramid. Basically, this is the toughest because we are going through the three systems. One thing I would like to remind you all, basically, the author, the way of Buddhahood, he do the translation by his own group, but I think this one is not as good as from the dictionary in the Buddhist door. In order, yes, I think you all will get the correct concept. Because the way I see you all look smart, you can really understand the meaning. But the terminology not that good. So I will gradually shift to the proper terminology so that in the future, you can communicate with the people. One day, you can talk. We will learn about the Mahayana and we understand Madhyamaka, so you can use the proper words. I will gradually change to you all. Okay, class, let's take a look. Basically, we are in the system number 2. Let's take a look. Okay. We already finished the empty nature mere name system. So this is now the terminology. Maybe I will just, renew it maybe in the later on. Okay. But now we are going to the system number, the false imagination mere consciousness system. Okay, Sally, which verses are we? Sally?
179.
179. Okay, let me see. So we are in the 179. Okay. So maybe I have to begin with a little bit correction in the first place. Okay. So this might not be good. I think you will like the English translation from a Buddhist door. False imagination, mere consciousness. Okay, class, basically it's quite hard for me to translate from here to there. So the best way I do is still from Mandarin to English. Okay, class, actually you have to learn, have to find the dictionary English to Sanskrit or Sanskrit to English. Okay, let me show you a little bit first. Okay, let's go to the Buddhist door. So let me change the title, make you can easily understand it. Okay, so in Mandarin we call it the 唯识. Okay, class, yes, 唯识. Okay. Okay, class, take a look. You see how, well, this is the discourse on the theory of a consciousness only. So I think the proper words should be consciousness only. This is the proper translation. Compare with this. This we call as a mere conscious system. So I think this is more correct. Instead of a mere consciousness, please write a consciousness only. So what does that mean? So class, meaning to say that in this school, from the experience of the samadhi, they notice that nothing in the world except consciousness. Because according to the experience, once they go into the samadhi, for example, if you're in the samadhi, if you think about, everyone become a skeleton, then everyone will become the skeleton. Okay, let's say if you practice, we call it asubha. Then if let's say, I practice the kamatana, called as an earth element. So for me, I want to change the world, whole world become the earth, they will become an earth already. So you see, so class, we need to say that if I got my samadhi power, my mind can create anything, and it looks so real for me. So from this, this why this school actually they are quite emphasized in samadhi. So they established their own way based on the Nikaya. So they create the consciousness only. Okay, so get it? So very easy. We understand. Oh, consciousness will be yoga chara. So they are very emphasized in samadhi. Okay. So this is about this school. The correct name is this. Okay, class. Maybe you have to a little bit concern about the Sanskrit words. Why? Because for you, if you know a little bit Sanskrit, next time you can look for Sanskrit English dictionary. You see this one, Vijnana. Let's see. But you have to know that, you see, you got to select the accent, you see. Maybe a little bit tough for you, because I myself don't know Sanskrit very well. Okay, so just let you know. So this is the theory of consciousness. You see, this is more, it's more favorable for you. You see, this is mainly a translation by Xuan Zhuang of Dhammapada commentary on the 30 verses on consciousness only by Vasu Pandu, but it also includes edited translation of other master monk. This is primarily text of the Fa-Xian school. You see not? I see not. It makes sense, right? All the English is good. You see, it makes sense to you. Then let's take a look. Here is the definition. Vidyati mantrata siddha sastra. So once you get it, you try to cut and paste. Let me see how you see. For example, once you get the Sanskrit word, this door. I realized that English is easier than the classical Chinese, because our Chinese is translated. If we count about 1,000 years ago, so the Chinese actually changing already. So sometimes I'm also confused by the Chinese, but English very simple and clear, you know. Now let's take a look. You see land. You see okay. So well, it is not properly done. You got, you see. Vijnapti matrata siddhi. You see, Chinese chen wei shilun. It means nothing for you, okay. But you see, the establishment of the state of a mere representation. Title of the work in Chinese by Xuan Zhuang, which present a synthetic commentary on Vasu Pandu Trimsika. The work is based on 10 Indian commentary, but emphasize the view of a Silabhadra and Dhammapada. You see the source, the Dictionary of the Buddhists, Oxford University. Basically, class, I know this, they already have some quite good Sanskrit English dictionary they got already. So in order to learn Mahayana, you have to a little bit explore in Sanskrit. Okay. So class, for example, you see, if you got difficulty, you see, Vasu Pandu Trimsika. What is it? Trimsika, you see, so you just copy to the Buddhist door again. Okay, I like this dictionary a lot, because it helped me really to settle some problem, you see. Yeah, okay, Buddhist store. Let's take a look here. Trimsika, we just cut and paste. Trimsika, you see, I really got easy. Yeah, it's true. Learning this type of Mahayana text, English even better than the Chinese. Always science, you see. You see the 30 verses, a key Yogacara work by Vasu Pandu, which can be viewed as a company to his Vimsatika. See or not? Okay, class, maybe one thing, I plan in Sunday night, I will have a class for the introduction to the Buddhist study. Class, let's take a look. After the, this will for who for those who graduate from meditation for beginners. We got a lot of students there. Let's take a look. You see, chapter 1, Buddhist and its Indian context, simple. Chapter 2, early Buddhism teaching. Okay, so this one we know already. Chapter 3, early Buddhism teaching for the 4 true realities is a 4 noble truth. Chapter 4, early development in Buddhism. You see, so Abhidhamma, all these things appear here. Then chapter 5, you see, Mahayana, you see, perfection wisdom, Madhyamaka, Yogacara, Tathagata Gaba, you see, it all appeared here again. But I think this one might be easier, the translation easy and more better than the way to Buddhahood, because you see it's from Peter Harvard. This guy, I think, is a scholar. Then lastly is the chapter Mahayana Holy Being and the Tantric Buddhism. Then the last chapter is the later history and spread of the Buddhism. So I like this a lot. So this book is introduced by my Dharma brother, who is the banana also. He said, oh, this is very good. It's the Oxford publication. So I think in Sunday night, I will have a class for the meditation for beginners. Okay. So later on, see you got time or not. You've got nothing to do, instead of watching to the drama, silly. So just come and join us. I need some basic student we accumulate. Then we help the meditation for beginner student, got something to proceed. Okay. Yes, okay. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Long, anything? Yes, please.
Sifu, that one is in English or in Chinese Mandarin?
Of course, English, pure English. It's written by the scholar, 100% English, and I think more authentic English, better than the way to Buddhahood. Now I have to redo something. So sorry, because you are the first batch student, I have to experiment you all. Because no choice, then I notice how come all these things appeared. So I need you all to help me. So the next batch student, they will be benefited. They will immediately they go a more simple way. Okay.
We
that means we all become guinea pig already.
No, actually, because I myself also don't know. I just simply learn, then we don't know, actually we're going to the difficult way. So sorry about that. But anyway, it's good because at least we start exploration. So this one, if you got time, Sunday evening, I will plan for it. Okay, let you know the advertisement. Okay, then so you see, this is Buddhist Store, is the best dictionary I ever encountered. So let me let you know the best Sanskrit English dictionary is the Charles Muller. The website haven't done yet. If finished, I will mention to you all. Okay, so let's go back here. So we already correct here a little bit. Then we already finished the thing. So I will correct at the same time. We will go back to the Buddhist Law Dictionary. Okay, so now we start. We give you the verse number 179. Okay. Yes, Sally, can you please read the passage? Either.
Either there is no inherent nature or there is inherent existence. The doctrine of Yogacara transmitted by Asanga is based on Samhini Mochana Sutra explanation of the whole truth, which is expounded for those who have not accomplished the 5 deeds. Such people hold that all things are without inherent nature and exist conventionally, is equivalent to nothing exists, and in which case nothing could be established. Thus, they reason that it is only correct to have 2 categories: conventional existence without inherent nature and the real existence with inherent nature, and that based on the real and conventional is established. A quote from the scriptures illustrates this point. The various aggregates, such as form and so forth, must exist prior to the conventional establishment of the Pudgala. There has to be something real in order for the conventional establishment of the Pudgala to exist. For this to be the case, something real, various things such as form, etc., must exist before the conventional description of various things such as form, etc., are able to become manifest. Without something real, conventional descriptions of various things such as form, etc., cannot manifest. If there is only conventional existence, something real and without any foundation, then even conventional existence cannot exist. Thus, such a position is called annihilating all things.
Okay, let us digest this.
Sifu, make it a bit bigger, please.
Yes. Okay, finish highlight. Yeah, I have to do a little bit revision to you all regarding the very beginning verses for system number 1. Okay, Sally, the system number 1, what is the name? Okay, they give us not system number 1. Sally, anyone can give me the page name? What page is it? The name? Let me look for it now.
304.
Yeah, this one, the empty nature mere name system. Okay. So let me, I want to give the correct one first. Okay. Yes, okay. The nature void, the immateriality of the nature of all things. Let me see which one is better. The definition is this. Okay. Wow, this is very good. This one. 本性空 Mahayupati version. Pratishunyata. Pratishunyata is good. Wait, I want to give the English one. The nature void, the immateriality of the nature of all things. Okay, the nature void, a class, please check out the nature void, the immateriality of all the nature of all things. Is this sentence similar one? Is this the English similar with the empty nature mere name system? Is it quite exactly the same as what you learned from the English here? Makes sense? This English makes sense? Again, let's take a look. You see, the nature void. There is the immateriality of the nature of all things. Yes, it is similar with what you learn from this text, the whole text. empty nature. Same? Is the feel the same in the English way? Or quite hard to decide? Or don't know, or quite hard to decide, it seems? Don't know, or don't know, Elena? Quite hard to decide. On the mic, please. Yes, okay.
Don't know.
Don't know, quite hard a little bit. Maybe the Dharma itself is hard already. Okay, never mind. A class, but the way I see that according to the translation, that will be fine. Can you please just copy a little bit? The immateriality of the nature of all things. You just write at the title upper there. Or the nature void. Because the Mandarin is exactly the same here. It's good. Yes, Mr. Leong, yes. Okay.
Sifu, I think the other name can be the white nature system.
Sounds good, right? It meaning to say everything is conditionally, right? Or everything is based on the condition.
Yeah, everything is white.
Then in nature it is empty. Then if you get the meaning, that will be fine already. Okay. So just do a little bit correction. Actually, this is good also, the empty nature. Quite similar actually. Yeah. Then one is the Wei Ming. Let's see. Let me change it first. Wei Ming, Wei Ming. Okay, besides the emptiness, we have to add one more clue, one more terminology to make it more complete. So let's check for it. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, yes. Oh, okay. Satya Sakti. It doesn't provide the English. Wait. Okay, so let me go another one. So let me check this first. So there's one more, is a Satya Sakti. It doesn't provide the English. Okay, here gone. Jia Ming, Jia Ming Xiang, Jia Ming Yin, Jia Ming Yuan. Prajnapti is correct. Oh, I think it's not that easier to make things in English. Okay, class, please write down Prajnapti. No English. It's just go back to the Sanskrit. Mandarin is Sanskrit. Please write down the Prajnapti. Okay, Prajnapti. Please write it down. Now, see, this is the best Chinese Sanskrit dictionary. Oh no, it's not the English one. Prajnapti. Okay. Okay, class, let me try to recall a little bit. So according to school number 1, it's about emptiness, but there's only prajnapti. You need to say that, class, if in the ultimate truth, okay, class, if in the ultimate truth, everything is in emptiness, meaning to say that everything is by conditioning, it exists. No such thing as we call it as a self-entity or inherent nature. No such thing can exist by itself. No such thing. It must be exist by conditioning. Okay, then it exists by conditioning, and then one thing is we try to give it the name. We try to label it. Okay, so meaning to say that basically for this school, it will mention that everything is by conditioning, even though nibbana also by conditioning. You see, class. Since it is everything is emptiness, everything is based on condition, meaning to say that Mandela can transform, become Buddha. Once there's a condition go in, meaning to say that even though we are the criminal, but we do sila samadhi prajna panya, we integrate some more value, then we become Buddha. We can appear the Buddha nature. You see, it sounds logic, right? Okay, so meaning to say that is the emptiness. And remember, I quote the example, like what we mentioned that, Elena is name, right? If we try to, dismantle, so no such thing as Elena already. Then we can dismantle again and again. Then we use the name as a destination. Remember? You can understand very well. Okay, now we go to the second system. In the system number 1, we need to say that everything is a prajnapti, it's a destination, you see. But here, now according to this system, because for the people who without the 5 deeds, they can't accept that Nibbana itself is empty, or they can't accept more. They say Nibbana must be something, is true one. So this is the second system. We come with this second system. Okay. So class, let's take a look. So in this second system, let's see. Okay. Let me go back first. So just now, Sari just read certain thing. Okay. You say, according to this is the no inherent nature, or there is an inherent existence. Meaning to say that, you see, for those who haven't accomplished the 5 deeds, all things are without inherent nature and exist conventionally is equivalent to nothing exists, you see. Because for 5 deeds people, for those who without the 5 deeds, they cannot accept that Nibbana is something empty. They cannot. So this is the reason why the second system appeared, and here you say one is conventional truth is because without inherent nature, but the real existence must be with inherent nature. So in the simple way, for this school, Nibbana must be something attainable one, must be the true one. So system number 1 is the Nibbana is empty also. That is the only difference between these two. Anyone who feel comfortable that Nibbana must be something is attainable, is so true for you? Can you put up a hand? Anyone like this concept? Nibbana cannot be empty one. Nibbana must be something true and something solid. It's an entity for us to attain. Can you put up a hand? You like Nibbana must be something real, what exists one. Mr. Leong lah. Okay, Sally lah. Oh, Elena, you prefer Nibbana is empty, or actually you know nothing?
No, nothing.
No, nothing. Don't know how to answer. Okay, never mind. The more we study, we know better. So you see, once Buddhism it happened this controversy happened. It's about 2 or 3 centuries. So 2 different schools appeared. One they said, oh, Nibbana is empty. The rest they said, oh no, Nibbana is empty. We cannot accept. So this school appeared again. There's what happened is just like in Malaysia, you see, like Mr. Leong, you see, Mr. Leong, he go to the Theravada, become a Noshi program, then come back again to the Mahayana. So, okay, in the beginning, he want to go to Western Pure Land. He doesn't want to go to the Nibbana. Then now he said he want to go to the Maitreya Buddha. So there's a mixture already, you see. Actually, this exactly happened in India at that time, They also got different school there, So the people come here and there, here and there. Then they will come up with a new idea. Sometimes they will mix up all together, but you can see some dharma inside. Exactly the same what happened in Indian. So we study what happened in Indian about 1,000 years ago. Okay, so we go further understand their teaching. You see, okay. Now here, what the meaning with the mention is. The concept is the Pudgala. What does mean Pudgala? Pudgala meaning to say the 5 aggregate. There's 1 people. We call it as the Pudgala. We call it as the conventional truth. You see? So I see Sally. Sally, I don't give you the name. So you are the 5 aggregate. We call it as the Pudgala. So this is the Pudgala. Conventionally, there is a Pudgala. Okay, we exist. I can see you, I can feel you. Okay, but basically, if in ultimate truth, actually Sally doesn't exist, as we mentioned previously. So that's why they have some school, they can feel comfortable if there is something they call it as a Pudgala. Okay. Okay, let me explain first before answer Mr. Leong. Let's see how the various aggregate as a form and so forth must exist prior to the conventional establishment of the Buddha. You see, let me go back to the Buddha, a better definition first. Buddha. POD. Yeah, okay, Buddha, God lah. Okay. Actually, this dictionary is the combination from various dictionary. I see. Okay, definition one, Buddha, an individual or self. Simple, right? Buddha stands for an individual entity as opposed to the group. It signifies a sentient being who is a mere combination of material as well as mental process. You see, it looks good, right? According to one etymologies, human beings are called Buddhas because they have to undergo affliction in hell due to their evil action. So what does that mean? Buddha means self. Okay, so conventionally it is truth, but ultimately it is not true. So please copy down. Buddha, just simple, maybe self or individual. Maybe the better way is a combination of a material as well as mental process. So this we call it as a Buddha self. We call it Mr. Leong, you see the reference, you see, atas salini, you see, comprehensive manual of Abhidhamma. So all these terms are actually available both in Mahayana and Theravada, you see. Mahayana, you see, Mahayana, Sutra, Lankara, you see, Madhyamaka, Sastram, you see. So this is a very good dictionary. Okay, by knowing this definition, let's bring this back to our text in the first place, the context. So please copy down simple first. Buddha. Okay, let's put it back to our context. So the class take a look, you see, I see. So exactly same, various aggregate form prior to the conventional establishment of the Buddha. So okay, understandable. If there's only conventional existence, so here nothing to do with that with Buddha already. You see, if conventional existence it doesn't exist, we call it as annihilating all things. What does that mean? You see, class. Now we are living in the conventional truth. Am I right? See or not? We feel that, okay, I see Sally, I see Elena, okay, I see myself. We are in the conventional truth. Okay, we exist, I mean conventionally. But of course, in reality, we don't exist, you see. But now, if let's say you deny the system we are experiencing now, that we call it as annihilating already. Meaning to say that, a good example. So Elena, your boss said, according to the emptiness, so you are empty. So all the overtime, no pay for you. Something like that. So there's an annihilating. Meaning to say you deny the whole system already. And then Sally also was surprised. If everything is empty, how come I can make a cake? Since all these things appeared already, right? Oh, the emptiness, but how come the cake had appeared, you see? Oh, because conventionally everything is true. We still can do everything. Everything is functioning. It doesn't mean in reality, the thing is empty, then nothing can happen. No, that's not wrong already. So in reality, everything is empty, but in reality, I mean, in conventionally, everything could be established. So finally, Sally are able to make the cake. Okay, and Elena You got paid after OT, see or not? That is the correct idea. Yeah, Mr. Long, your question, please. Okay, start already.
Oh, Sifu, just now I am mistaken that when you say Punggala, is the 5 aggregates. So because the 5 aggregates is Panchaskanda, that's why I was misunderstood. But since Punggala is the individual identity consisting of the 5 aggregates, I understand.
That's fine reading. Okay, yes, okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So yeah, could you check for me number 94? What's the reference? This is quite good and highlighting.
Yogacara Bhumi.
Oh, Yogacara Bhumi. Okay. So Elena, if your boss doesn't pay you, you say, according to Yogacara Bhumi, this is annihilating. You are denying the conventional truth. So remember, this is a quite good text. Annihilating. Okay, next paragraph. Yeah, I think maybe Elena, Mr. Leong, like more than good. Yeah, but in the Samadhi Nimochara, please.
In the Samadhi Nimochana Sutra, the conventional is divided into 2 types, the imaginary and the dependent. What is the imaginary character of all things? Through conventional designation, all things, including verbal expression that arise from this process, are established as having different inherent nature. What is the dependent character of all things? That the inherent natures of all things arise from condition. The imaginary character comes from the establishment of conventional designation, not from the establishment of individual existence. This is why it is called the character with a nature that is without inherent nature. The arising of a thing in dependence upon another, the dependent character, exists by virtue of dependence on other conditions and not by itself. This is why it is called arising with a nature that is without inherent nature. Therefore, the fundamental position of this system is limited to 2 options. Either this is a conventional existence that is without inherent nature that in conventional discourse is said to have an inherent nature. This is the imaginary character. Or there is really something that has inherent existence that is called the indescribable inherent nature. This is the dependent nature.
Okay, we digest a little bit by little bit. Okay. Okay, finish, Mr. Leong. Okay, okay. Yes, okay, class are basically the whole text, nothing lah, huh? So meaning to say that there's a two type of truth. One is everything is based on, we call it as a destination. So there's a two type. Number one is everything is just without inherent nature, it's based on the condition. And second one is with the inherent nature. So simple, right? Okay, huh? But I have to go to the terminology again, huh? Clarify for you first. Give me a little bit time. Huh? I have to take out the Chinese version one in order to, just can really find it. Let's see. Okay, let me show you. Let me look for you. Okay, what I try to go is supposed to be the 成佛之道. You see. Let me show you. Okay, give you a better words explanation. So this is the Chinese version as you all reading now, as we all reading now. See or not? This is it coming from all the verses. See, all is the five words is in a stanza way. You see or not? So let's see. Okay. 自信是属假事实。Let's see, is圣严。Okay. 虚妄为实。Yeah, here is it. Okay, let's begin here. Okay, yes, we are here actually. So this is the one. Then let's hear. Oh, okay, I got it already. Okay, let's check for you. Exactly, this is that one is a Chinese version. So this is the English 179. Oh, no inherent nature. Okay, no inherent nature. Inherent existence. So this is the one. Inherent nature. 无自性. Let's see. Okay, 自相有. So see, can I get a better words for you or not? 无自性. So number one, we need to say everything is, it depends on, it doesn't really exist. I got the word already. Yeah, okay. Oh no, just the English only. Aswabawa. Okay, class, please just copy down. Aswabawa. No better translation. Class, for this, no inherent nature. In Sanskrit is aswabawa. Please copy down. No choice, it doesn't have English. Aswabawa. Aswabawa. One will be good. Swabawa. Okay. So swabawa meaning to say no inherent nature. No inherent nature, it means what? Plus again, no inherent nature meaning to say everything is based on condition. They've got so many conditions. Some they are the major, some they are the minor. Okay, but we need all the condition to make things appear. Okay. So for example, you see we are coughing. We're coughing. Okay. So coughing, the major conditions, major cause can be the COVID-19 virus. Okay, but the virus is not enough. You must be your very big immunity, and maybe you do eat a good food, or maybe the under pressure. See, I'm not meaning to say once you feel you get the COVID-19, you are considered get the COVID-19, you must be come from many conditions. One, it would appear by it is a cell alone. So that is the meaning of no inherent nature. Okay, there is an inherent existence. So let me look for you. Inherent existence. 自相有. also cannot get lah. Can you get the English one? It's not easy for being translated. Okay, so doesn't matter. So it's still Chinese translate to Chinese. It's still Chinese to Chinese translate to Chinese. Actually, 對我嚟講都唔係好得幾多佢 because all this translate 1,000 years ago, you know, and yet a lot of Sanskrit grammar inside, you know. 我都係好你哋少少嘅啫。Sometimes very funny, okay, okay. So doesn't matter.
Can it be Satya Sati?
How what lah?
Can it be Satya Sati for
Satya Sati?
Satya Sati?
No. It's not Satya Sati. No. Okay, okay. It doesn't matter as long as different. So inherent existence. So class basically from here we understand that there is another meaning here that will be fine already. Okay. So conventional is divided. You see a class. So if there's a conventional, we divide to two. Okay, let me look for you first. One is imaginary, one is the dependence. Imaginary. Let me look for you. So early. Okay, I got the name already. Imaginary is this class. I think maybe this is not a good word for you. Okay, class, let's take a look. I'm looking for you this imaginary. Okay. But this is I think more proper is this. I think the English will be about the same. Just see which one is better on me. Okay, class. Okay, class, see whether this one is better for you or not. The imaginary, this translation, attachment by pervasive discrimination. Okay. Class, wait first. Still not that good. I want to look the better English for you. I want this for you. Class, this is it. The nature of existence produced from attachment to all pervasive discrimination. The existence produced by one illusionary attachment and falsely considered to be real. Does this make sense for you? Compared with the imaginary, class, you see? Or the nature that maintains the seemings to be real. Or the existence produced from one illusory attachment and falsely considered to be real. Is imaginary carry this meaning, class? Carry or not? Imaginary is equivalent for these two. Oh, okay. So I make a mistake lah. I thought he is wrong, you know. But this makes sense better, you see, for me, the English, you see. So maybe you do a little bit notes. Imaginary mean what? Something exists, but this is an illusory attachment and falsely considered to be real. We thought it is real, you see. So this we call it as the Karikapakita Sabhawa. Okay. A class of the imaginary, please write the Sanskrit at the same time. Parikapita Swabhawa. Please write this also. I like this, the nature that maintains the seeming to be real. I like this. It looks real, but actually it's not real. Imaginary. I make it bigger. Mr. Leong looks. If I do make it bigger, Mr. Leong have to get a magnifying glass with me, magnifier already. Okay. So this one. Please write the Sanskrit at the same time at the imaginary. Parikapita swabhava. Okay, let me check whether you get correct perception or not. Class, the questions are we in Parikapita Swabhava? Are we? Are we?
Yes.
How about the rest? Are we? On the mic, please.
Yes. Yes.
Elena?
Yeah.
Elena, are we? You don't know, I'm proud to Sally and Mr. Liu. I asked Sally, immediately got answer already. Yes, we are in this situation. Okay, this is correct. Okay, we are really in the Parikapita Swabhava. Because now the world we are living here, we always think that it is real, you know, but actually it's not real, you know. So this is the word to see. This is correct. Aesthetically correct. We are in the illusory attachment. Elena, where are you? Are you, your mind is still calculating the data for your company? I think Sally have finished picking all the cake, so you can see the thing clearly. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah, it's correct. Meaning to say get the thing correct already. Okay, then one more terminology. After clarify the terminology, then easy already. Yes. Okay. 偏激所持。Okay, 依他起相。Okay. So besides this, let's see. We got one more words to put. 依他起性。So there's two truths. Number one, I think maybe still the English easy to memory. This one we call it as imaginary. Okay, easy to memory. So second is this. 依他起，依他性。Okay, class, take a look. So this is the one. So the second, not having an independent nature, not a nature of its own, but constitute of elements. Yes, not having an independent nature. Yes, this is the definition. Meaning to say they are having dependent nature. Okay. Sally, not having an independent nature is understandable, or having dependent nature? Which one is not that confusing? Having dependent nature is better, or this one is better? Not having.
Not having.
Not having an independent is better. Negative become positive. Okay. As long as you didn't confuse, that'll be fine. So this is the second truth. So according to this, we call it as mere conscious. We call it as a consciousness only school. There will be two truths. So number one, we are living in the imaginary. So we are living in this in the world we consider as true. And then the second is not having an independent nature. So this is two important theory to support this consciousness only school lah. Nibbana is the only one which will be constitute in the consciousness only school, Nibbana is the only thing which can exist, which exists without dependent on other cause and factor. It can be by itself, okay, by its own nature. Okay, so we get it. So you see, yeah, so it's better. You see, the nature of existence as arising from dependence on other things. See, English is so simple. Okay, set of existence arising from causes and condition. Okay, so class, remember, what you are learning now is we talk about everything arising from the causes and condition. Well, I think you know it. I think this you will feel quite familiar, right? Where do we learn? Paticca Samubpada, remember? Paticca Samubpada, you need to say everything there must be a cause and other condition to appear. So that's why you see, class, why there is a reincarnation? The reason is number one, ignorance. This is a major cause. But major cause is not enough. We must have attachment. We must create some karma. Okay, so all this come together, then we have a next life. So this is how we apply this theory to the 12th link condition. Okay, yes, okay, then so this is, well, I think this is good already. Okay, okay, class, let's take a look. So after when we make this two definition clear, I think here everything clear already. So you see, okay, class, basically, if you see, in the imaginary, you see, in the imaginary character, we are in a conventional destination, meaning to say is what? Meaning to say that we try to name everything, you see. All things, including verbal expression, arise from this process and having different inherent nature. Meaning to say that once we're in the imaginary, it's the world we are living here. So we can name Sally, Elena, Mr. Leong, we have a different name. Our face is a different, okay, even though we are in the imaginary, we are in the not real world, but in this not real world, but we still have a difference, then we will label everything. Okay, sounds logic, right? Okay, logic. Then secondly, let's take a look. You see, okay, then there's one more thing, is exists by virtue of dependence on other condition and not by itself. Yes, you see, class, can you give an example for me? Is there anything can exist by itself without dependence on other? Can you give an example for me? On the mic, please, Mr. Leong.
Nibbana.
Yes, yes. So besides Nibbana, we can find nothing can exist by itself. Okay, so not difficult lah. So just remember the terminology. So we have limit to two options, just two options only. Okay, so we go to paragraph number next. Okay, maybe Mr. Leong, you try to read things that arise.
Things that arise from causes and conditions have inherent existence. This means the inherent nature is engendered from the conditions of all things. Alternatively, the indescribable self-nature is called the nature of the 18 realms, which are the 6 sense organs with their corresponding objects and consciousness, in which realm has a sense of not losing its inherent nature. It is not that these things are grasped as having real existence. When they are engendered from causes and conditions, they already inherently exist. This is fundamentally different from the view of Madhyamikans, who perceive this as the characteristic feature of meaningless elaboration, that which is seemingly real, but is actually unreal. With regard to everything that is grasped as having real existence, however, both systems generally acknowledge that there is no inherent nature. From the perspective of the Buddha's teaching, there should not be any dispute. Those who have accomplished all of the 5 deeds understand that all things are without inherent nature and are only conventionally designated, that emptiness does not contradict existence, and that by relying on emptiness, all things can establish and can exist. Thus, they can believe and understand reality with penetrating thoroughness. On the other hand, those who have not accomplished the 5 deeds are bound to misunderstand. Holding, for example, that all things are empty means that everything does not exist, and that since emptiness is non-existence, of course, nothing can be established. But if persons rely on the simple and explicit explanation that says that there really is something with inherent existence, then they can believe and understand that all things are empty and gradually enter the Buddha way.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Yes, anything? Sally, yes, please. No question. Oh, yeah. Hey, Elena, you looks not in the proper state lah. Hey, will you submit today our contacts to your boss for any investment decision? You won't lah. The emptiness you won't because you doesn't not really in the good state lah. Mentally make sure you have enough rest Okay. Okay, class. Okay, actually, the author quite repeat the things. Okay, okay. You see, class in Madhyamika. Remember the meaningless elaboration. We say, oh, it's very awkward English. Elaborate. I mean, let's see. A meaningless elaboration. So here the meaningless elaboration meaning to say that something is not real. We think it is real. It's similar with this, right? Imaginary, right? So meaning to say both they share some same circumstances. I think Nikaya also said. Am I right, Mr. Leong? Nikaya always mentioned that we are avijja. Avijja means what? Everything is not real. We think it's real, right? So from Nikaya, it begins in this way. Then from the Madhyamaka said, oh, this is a meaningless elaboration, meaning to say the thing is not real, you thought it's a real. The same, just different name only. Then you go to this school of consciousness only said that this is imaginary. Oh, yes, thing is not real, we thought it is real. Mr. Leong, want to add something?
No, sorry, thank you.
Nothing. Okay, let me. Okay, so meaning to say that this is everybody equal. We agree. Okay, but just for this one, the consciousness only school, since they don't have accomplished the 5 deeds, so it's hard for them to accept that. I mean, once you go to the nibbana itself also is empty. That's all I mean. Okay. So let's go through this. I want to get a better word for you, regards the elaboration imaginary. Sally, will you feel so sorry to Shakespeare or not? The author used this type of word for the translation. Sally, will you feel so sorry to Shakespeare or not? William Shakespeare, by using the English recklessly.
I don't like to read William Shakespeare. It's too boring.
Really? Yeah. Oh, so meaning to say Shakespeare, so sorry to you lah.
It's so boring.
So boring. Okay. So I got a better word for you. Let's see. According to Nagarjuna, words with conceal and cover relative. Yes, it just look better, you see. Conceal and cover relative, which are nothing but subjective counterfeit and lead further into ignorance affliction. Class, tell me, it is the better word. For this we call it as a meaningless elaboration. It is better. Lead further into ignorance affliction, which are nothing but subjective counterfeit. It is better English? Yes or no?
Yes, better English.
Yeah, better lah. Yeah, please just copy down. But we don't have a simple word to replace this one is a meaningless elaboration. We don't have. So class, you just have to record the prapancha. No choice already. The Sanskrit we have to learn already about class. Or you have to just to remember this type of meaningless elaboration. So this is the good word. Words which conceal and cover reality. I like it so much.
Words which.
But in Chinese, basically we always if we want to say, oh, this is the wasteful talk, and then we'll use these 2 words. So once you say this meaningless elaboration, we will think that it is a wasteful talk. But actually, this is go deeper, the meaning.
What's the Papancha?
Papancha here, is it? Yes. This copy down Papancha. Mr. Leong, if you tell Shakespeare they use the English in this way, could you have官才彈起嚟啊？ On the mic, please, Mr. Leong.
I will be confused because of
again, Mr. Leong, breaking.
I mean, the Shakespeare literature, the English is very high and sometimes cannot understand.
Oh, you mean worse than this? Meaningless elaboration?
Yeah. Worse than this. At least this one we can understand.
Okay. I will tell to the author, I'll tell the translator. I mean, this English is better than the Shakespeare. Very funny. Okay. Okay, so finish. Okay, so we get a better words already. So now we further. Okay. No much thing, we already finished. Okay, so we go to the next paragraph. Okay, yes, Sally, your turns. However,
However, the Yogacharyans of later years, not knowing that teachings of Maitreya and Ashtanga were for those of a certain fundamental nature, those who have not accomplished the 5 deeds are unable to understand the intent of Tathagata's teaching. On the contrary, they think that without regard for a person's fundamental capacity, they must rely on the Samhini Mochana Sutra explanation of the whole truth. This, however, raised some problems. First, they think that although the Prajna Sutra teachings, all things are empty, was of course thoroughly understood by the Buddha, it is not explained clearly and is easily misunderstood. So they must follow the new explanation in the Samhini Mochana Sutra. Second, although they dare not refute Nagarjuna, they instead said that Nagarjuna's meaning is the same as theirs, as explained in the Samhini Mochana Sutra. They also firmly oppose the Madhyamikans as well as the teachings of the whole truth that all things are empty They also firmly oppose the Madhyamikans as well as the teachings of the whole truth that all things are of empty nature and are only conventionally designed. They even said, do not talk with them, do not live with them, therefore by stirring up discord between sects.
Yes.
If only they recall
okay,
that...
okay. Enough. Okay. Class, take a look, you see. This is here, you see. Yogacharyan, basically, they're firmly opposed to Madhyamakan for what? All things are empty nature and are only conventionally designated. So class, this is the key point here. They're totally opposed until to what? Don't talk to them. Don't live with them. See or not? Oh, it's very serious already. Actually, I don't really understand why it happened to that extent. Empty lah. I don't know why you don't want to talk to the people because disagree with the emptiness. For us, we look so funny, right? With all this awkward translation. Okay. But anyway, please look for me. Why it happened to in this way? Check for me, number 97. Please. What's the reference?
Yogacharan Bhumi.
Oh, Yogacharan Bhumi. Oh, I see. So meaning to say that at that time they all stay together. They stay together. Then later they noticed that they thought like, oh, Nagarjuna must have the same perception with us. Later on they noticed that, oh, you say that everything is emptiness and except everything is designated. Oh, they can accept it. Okay. Okay. Again, the destination, it is the correct word. Sally, can you roughly explain to me the destination here, the meaning? We appeared many times already. Can you roughly? Okay. Mr. Leong, can you roughly explain to me the destination here? See whether you get it correct meaning or not. The conventionally designated.
This is like conventional truth, not the ultimate truth.
Okay lah. Luckily we get it correct, huh? Okay, huh? Okay, let me a little bit confirm with you first, the destination, see whether got a better English or not. If Prajnati see got better English or not, destination, Actually, the best word is still the prajnati lah. So the whole everything is emptiness. This only exists conventionally designated. So let me see whether I get an answer or not. Oh, got lah. Okay, let's see. We got a destination. Okay, adidana, oh no, it doesn't make sense. It's not the prajnati, Okay, I didn't get a better words. Never mind,